morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening
Good
this to.
evening.
What song were we just singing now?
I don't know what the name of that new Dua Lipa song
Yeah.
is. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not the one. It's what's, I don't know the name of it.
We're so bad. We should know this.
Yeah. But
Just
the one
sing
that says,
all the words, but we don't know the name of the song.
did a full 180,
baby. Yeah, I
That's
love
it.
that song. No, I love when she says,
Don't start now.
no, I moved on, something,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm not where you left me at all. I love that line.
Me at all.
Yes.
Though it took some time to survive you.
Yes.
I'm better on the other side.
Oh, yes. Yes,
it's a good song.
That
I
is
like
a
it.
very good song. It kind of like segues into our episode today, Getting Back to You.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you basically start dating somebody or you've been with this person for a while and then you just morph into them.
Mm-hmm.
No,
people know.
so bad. I've been there.
Don't do it.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, I mean, no. But it's not really, it doesn't only have to be like romantic relationships, right? Like some friendships are very, and that I could say that has happened to me, friendship. I remember when I was younger, I was a lot more, when I was younger, like, little, I was like before my teens probably.
Mm-hmm.
I was, like with friends, I would be like, kind of like whatever they wanted to do, and whatever with my toys, like, like things like that when you're little.
There's
and I remember
that
my mom
bossy
was like,
friend.
no, yes.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, no, like, I will get punished for letting things go, letting myself be, I don't know, consumed or mangonia, whatever, I remember like her, like,
Yeah, it's true. My mother would always say, don't let people push you around and this and that. Yeah. And I was like,
yeah,
just like, I'm 4. No intent to hurt. I'm like, what does this all mean?
Yeah, but definitely, she's not going to like me or whatever. It's like, well, tough shit, kind of like.
Take back your doll.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. Yeah.
That happened to me at an older age where, and I hate to say this, but sometimes you don't even realize that it's happening, right? Because I'm not that kind of person that I'm a follower. I'm not, and I don't consider myself either somebody that morphs, but that did happen to me. And I was very surprised to learn after when one day I sat down and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Were you in a cult?
I was not. No, I was not kidnapped. I wasn't. No, but it was just like.
Was kidnapped.
Yeah. I sat down one day and I was like, what am I doing?
Was it a romantic relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did it go on?
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, I think we were together a total of 4 years. But then I woke up and I was like, no, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to be this person, Like, I turned around one day and noticed that where was I? I was gone. Like, the me that I knew was not there anymore. And that's very sad.
Yeah.
But it's good if you realize it and you catch it in time.
Hopefully. Some people go on forever.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes too late when it happens, or, It's definitely better when you catch it in time.
And I think you have to be really honest with yourself. You have to sit down and say, or stand up and say, what am I doing? Is this really making me happy?
Yeah.
Do I want to be this?
Yeah.
Do I want to give everything up for this person? And what about my wants and needs and desires and, interests and whatever else? It can't just be one-sided.
And to be honest with you, I think the other person, like at first it might be, maybe they might be taken aback by the fact that you are like rebelling in a way and saying, no, like this is not, this is not me. This is not what I want. You want to do this, you go ahead, like you do it and you go here or whatever, but I don't want to do it. Or obviously to like, greater degrees of like, things that are more serious and more, But at the end of the day, I think that person will respect you more.
That's when you really realize, is this person with me or not? Because if you're always been a yes person.
Yes.
Right. And then all of a sudden you start.
And I say yes, not saying yes.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I never liked that.
Yeah.
You know, I always did it because of you. Or I did it to make you happy. Or I did it because you like it. Mm-hmm. But I hate it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, some things are no compromise, obviously. You know, you also want somebody to share in the things that you like. Otherwise, you're living completely different lives. So there's like a fine line of like compromise. You know, I don't like, qué sé yo, I don't know. I don't like playing video games or whatever, but you know, I do it with you or for you or qué sé yo. I mean, I can't think of anything right now.
Let me tell you something.
I will never play video games.
When I was younger, I played video games, you know, once in a while. My sister was crazy, like fanatic with video games, right? Mm-hmm. So as you get older, you meet guys and they love video games. Mm-hmm. Maybe like 2 seconds, I would sit down and be like, okay, I'm playing the video game. And then I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah.
I loved it because I was like, you know what? He's there. I know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's playing his video games. And guess what? I can do whatever the hell I want. Mm-hmm. Nobody's bothering me. Mm-hmm. They'll sit there for hours if you let them. Mm-hmm. And you go about your business and you have all the peace and tranquility that you need. And I know someone that her boyfriend is like crazy with the video games, right? One day she got so pissed off and she grabbed it all and she broke it and she threw it away. And he was like, oh my God, what are you doing? And she's like, you never pay attention to me. You're always on these stupid video games.
He was like totally consumed by it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, you know, obviously, again, there's compromises. Otra cosa, let's say like, you know, a couple and the woman loves to go to the opera. The guy hates it, or Broadway shows, and the guy hates it. Most guys don't like those things.
Go with your friends.
But I think every once in a while it's like, oh yeah, I would like to share this with my partner. I would like my partner to show an interest.
Yeah, but I don't know that I would force someone. Like if you go once and you really hate it, okay, you know, I'm not going to force anybody to go with me to an opera or a play or whatever. I think that's a perfect time for you to have you time with your friends and you go and you explore your own interests.
It's hard to find somebody to go to the opera with.
I want to go to the opera. I've never been to the opera.
Oh, God, no.
No?
I can't. No. I mean, that's not my thing.
Not
but I'll compromise.
Well, I've heard that it depends which one you go see.
Oh, God, I don't know.
All of them are not good.
I don't know. The last one that I went to, I was like, oh, my God, kill me. Kill me now.
You weren't like Pretty Woman? You weren't like sitting there crying in your beautiful red dress with your diamonds?
Maybe that would have made a difference.
With your hot guy?
If I was in a balcony with Richard Gere, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
I'd be like, I love the opera.
Let me tell you, then we're watching Pirates of Penzance or whatever that's pronounced in an opera. I watched it at the Ring Theater. Okay, I enjoyed it at the Ring Theater. It was not an opera. So, my goodness. I know the show was good, but just not in an opera way, I think.
Yes. No, I want to check out an opera. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think, okay, so in my mind, I'm like, all right, if I'm with someone, they're not me. So they have a different view, a different perspective. They have different interests, right? And I have mine. And so I think that a lot of us gel into each other at some point. Yeah. And then you become complacent. You do everything that the other person wants and vice versa. And then you lose your interest. What we should be doing is embracing each other's interests, right? I'm learning from you because maybe what you hate the opera. I love the opera. Yeah. And then but you like musicals, you know, and like that. And then I go to a musical and etc. And you interact and you learn from each other's likes and dislikes. Whereas many people don't appreciate that, don't experience new things, don't want to, or they're just like, whatever, I'll do what you want. You know?
No, see, una cosa, or por ejemplo, like, you know, there's different things that attract you to somebody, right? It could be something that's, oh my God, he's just like me. And I love that we love the same things. Hay gente que son así, but hay gente that like, oh my God, I love that he's so different from me. You know, and opposites attract. You never know. Yeah. You know, so people either grow together or they grow apart. And it's up to you how you're going to make it grow together. You know, either that interest and that passion of yours is more important than compromising and like creating things that allow you to spend time with that person. Or vice versa, you go into your own thing and yeah, you go, you know, you do your own thing and he does his own thing, but that's not a relationship. No. And I just remember talking about this and thinking about this. I remember Sex and the City because they're always putting it on E! News. And I never get tired of watching it, by the way. But what's the guy that she was dating at the end? The Russian guy?
Oh my goodness.
Baryshnikov, you know? Yeah. That guy was so selfish and so self-involved.
Yeah, he was narcissistic.
He took her to like freaking Paris. But he was self-consumed with his light freaking installation shit. Yeah. And at the end, she had her book thing, which is like amazing that somebody in Paris was like, whatever. And at the very end, he's like, oh, can you go with me? Because whatever. And then she went, y él la deja botar. Yeah. You know? So it's like, okay, una cosa que tú digas, ay, I want you to share this with me. I want you to come with me. Pero si tú estás ahí y no le prestas atención a tu persona or not involve her in the thing, you know, like if you just want her there because you need a body there, that's not sharing with somebody, and that's not, you know?
That's what I mean by people just giving up themselves. Like, I'm sure because she was a very independent woman throughout the entire series.
Super, yeah.
And she had a lot of interest and she had her routine and she did all her stuff.
She had her shoes, she had her...
Yeah, and her friends and their get-together meals and, you know, all the stuff that she did. But there came a point in that episode, because I remember, where she just sat there and she was like, what the hell am I doing? Yes. And this is how things happen. Like, you don't even realize.
And it happened remember when she, and they made it such a great way. Like, they showed you how she lost herself. She lost her necklace. Her carry necklace. And that was like, I lost myself, you know? That when then she finds the necklace and is like finding herself again. Yeah. But when she was in the freaking museum with the light installation, that he completely la dejó botar. Like, whatever, I got this. You know, like, you don't even matter anymore. I don't even need to introduce you to my friends. Ni nada.
Yeah, she was oblivious.
And then she's like, what the fuck am I doing? Then she goes to her book signing. Everybody was gone and she was pissed. You know, and she goes back and confronts him.
Oh my God, and then Big comes. Oh my God, I love it. Saves her. I love it. And then she goes to the opera with her man.
She doesn't go to the opera.
No, I know. I just threw that in there. I was trying to tie it in with your hot man. With your hot man going to the opera.
Ay, Dios mío.
No, but I know. I'm such a sucker for that episode.
Oh my God, I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I know.
Every episode, Sex and the City, both movies, I can never get enough
They know how to get to us. They know.
They know it.
The secret.
We need Sex and the City 3, by the way.
The jig is up. Yeah, and so, I don't know. I think now, since I've been through that experience... And I'd like to believe that I'm more mature, that I'm more stable, and I see things in a different way. I know now that when I get involved with someone, I learn to embrace their differences and their interests, and I don't allow myself to be consumed into morphing into what they want me to be. You know, and that's hard too, because you are who you are. And if you're going to give that up for somebody, you're never going to be happy.
I think definitely what you said. And also, if you notice that the other person is really, I don't know, when somebody is way too into me, way early, that's a red flag to me. And that's somebody that doesn't really have interests of his own, you know, a life of his own.
Well, yeah, if you...
And that's a little like...
If the guy is like always hanging on top of you. Yeah. And he's holding your hand like the whole time. And he's like basically like breathing in your ear. Yeah. You're like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. Like, I can't.
No, it's a little suffocating for me. Yeah. So you have to be mindful of that too. Not just you are morphing into the other person, or especially when it happens too quickly. Yeah. You know, then you got to be like, wait, you know, what did you go hang with your friends today? Like, you know, I'm okay.
Can you please stop breathing in my ear?
It's like that other movie, Eat, Pray, Love. When, I'm sorry, we always keep making references of movies, but we're girls, I guess that's what it is. But what's her name? Julia Roberts. When she's like with
the actor guy.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah. I always forget his name. And he's like, she's like, oh. I don't know what she says, but he's like, well, go, like, I think she's like something like, do you miss me or did you miss me? And he's like, or he said something like, why don't you go away for me to miss you?
Yeah.
And she was like, whoa. That was like, but
he was a narcissist too. He was very needy. No, but she was going through a really hard time. And then that caused her. She was totally lost too, because he was
totally rebound.
Yeah,
and ella no puede estar sola.
She was in a situation exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That her husband was one of these that never wanted to get it together, and she went along, right?
Correct.
And she was an enabler.
Correct.
And that's what we do when we lose ourselves. We become enablers. We become yes people. We become, okay, whatever you say, you lose perspective and who you are. And that's what happened to her. So when she gets a divorce, she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like,
what she did was completely going to like completely
she goes with this guy who is a total energy sucker when he wants something, right?
Yeah.
Because he was very selfish and he was a narcissist and he was very needy also. But he was smart about it. He would flip it. So whenever he needed her, he would put on, oh, please come back. You remember there was a scene where she was getting on track and he was like, oh, come back, don't leave or whatever.
The actor or her boy or her husband?
The actor.
Okay.
And she was like, no, I'm leaving. And she left.
Because she had to freaking do that Eat, Pray, Love thing. Porque ella estaba like completely like rebound.
She was lost.
She was completely lost. And to be honest, like I don't know the writer, but the real writer, the real Julia Roberts in this case, esa mujer nunca está sola. I mean,
there's a lot of people that can't.
When she came back from India or whatever, when she came back with somebody, like at the end of the movie, she meets somebody. In real life, she was with this person for years.
Yeah.
And then that relationship ended, and then she was with a woman. The woman passed away.
Yeah.
And now she's with somebody else. And I'm like, every time I check, I'm like, pero esa mujer no puede estar sola. Like I think she needs another Eat, Pray, Love journey.
I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And one of my exes, I called it early on. I told him, you know what? You're the kind of guy that can never be alone.
Yeah.
Like, you end one thing or somebody leaves you, right away you pick up somebody else.
Well, Jennifer Lopez is that way.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed. Like she said in an article, like she can't be by herself. Like she has learned that.
But she went through like a series of self-discovery too, from interviews I've heard her say that she didn't, like, she wanted love so badly that she didn't love herself enough. So she had to learn, she had to go through that journey.
Sí.
She was also another one that probably gave herself up to be in all these relationships, right? Like when she was with Ben Affleck, what the hell was that all about? Like I never saw them together.
When you go back to that Ben Affleck thing, I was always like, that's not Ben Affleck.
No, and he wasn't Ben Affleck either.
Ben Affleck does not dress like that. That's not Ben Affleck.
No.
Eso no puede funcionar.
No, I saw those two together and I was like, ¿qué es eso?
Tipo no es así. Ese tipo es a t-shirt and jean kind of guy and sneakers and Boston and whatever.
And can
coffee.
You see that guy
in Jennifer Lopez?
In a Puerto Rican family environment? No. He would be traumatized. I mean, if he wasn't an alcoholic back then, he would have turned to alcohol because... Can you imagine?
No.
Some gringo from Boston in the middle of a Puerto Rican family?
I saw an interview of hers when they did like that Inside Story or whatever, Inside Hollywood Story or whatever. And she said
a reputable source.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
And she said that she had never been hurt like that. Like that breakup really, really hurt her. That broken engagement really, really hurt her. I hope that she has worked on herself, but I don't see her that she has worked on herself by herself.
No, she has, and she's had her relationships, but I think when she, like, I don't know. I'm just saying
con Mark Anthony estaba con Casper.
No, but when she broke up with, or when she was in that transitional phase of breaking up with this Casper guy, I think that's when she started realizing that she needed to work on herself. There were a lot of things that, although she's beautiful, she has millions, she has a great career, she's diversified. You know, she has all these things. She didn't have what she ultimately wanted, and that was love, you know, real love. And in order to get to that point, you have to do a lot of inner work.
Yeah,
you have to take some time for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to reflect. You have to put in the energy that you want to receive. It's hard.
Sí, porque
it's hard.
Una persona that is like, that needs love and that whatever, that person is needy. And no matter how much love you give that person, it's never going to be enough because that person doesn't have self-love.
Not only that, you need to realize as an individual that this other person that you're with is not you. Yeah. And you cannot put certain expectations on people. Correct. And that's unfortunately what we all do, right? We hold people to a really, really high standard. Yeah. And then you get disappointed. And you label them by words. And, you know, you see a guy and you start dating him and you're like, oh, he's this, he's that, he's that, he's that. But these are all words and images that you're creating for this person that perhaps cannot live up to those, you know, words and conditions that you're putting on them. Or
the opposite. You might make a first impression diagnosis that is not correct. You got to get to know the person who you never know. A lo mejor una persona completely different from you is the person that's really going to, quote unquote, love you. Mm-hmm. I remember, what's her name? Maria Shriver, when she started dating Arnold, you know,
that was a very weird relationship too.
No, está de madre. Ya eso, bueno, ahora, de eso ya se acabó.
Whatever.
Pero él le decía, like, she would say, like, he would tell her, do not expect me, do not count on me to make you happy. And then she was like, oh, he's so cute. It's just a language barrier. He doesn't know what he's saying, you know, whatever.
Fast forward 30 years later when he cheats on your ass.
But back then, when they were still married, she was like, but he was right. Like, you cannot... Okay, I'm going to count on this person to make me happy. I'm going to count on this person for this. No, you can't do that.
You know, it's so bad.
Venimos solos al mundo y nos vamos solo. And you got to like find somebody that complements you. Pero
I remember...
Then again, somebody that you can grow with and not grow apart from. You know,
and then,
that's really what we're looking for.
The tuning out works too, people. Because this is the tuning out part. Because this is what I used to do with this one relationship. Like... You know, he was great. We had great. Yeah, but there comes like guys, I know that you tune us out, but here's a little insight. We tune your ass out too because I do it. And I'm like, but that's the way you survive most of this. It's like, coño, again, you're telling me the same freaking story with the same shit. It's like, dude. And then when I would give an opinion, he would be like, no, this is not, you don't understand what I'm saying. I was like, and then I would be like, okay. And I would say to myself, you know what? Serenity now. I'm going to tune your ass out.
Yeah.
And he would talk and talk and talk and talk. And I, oh, okay. See, really? Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something.
And then one day he says to me, you're not even listening. It's like it was the flip the script, right? It was like the woman, like if he was the woman. And I go, what are you talking about? Of course I'm listening.
Dime que te dije. ¿Qué estaba diciendo?
Of course. ¿Y qué te dije? And I was like, eso mismo.
Te cogieron.
Eso mismo de trabajo. And then he goes, Johnny, not listening to me. He got so pissed, but I was like, you know what? There came a point where I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, dude, it's like, I'm trying to have an intellectual conversation with you. I want to give you my feedback and you're biting my head off. So it's like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
I just ignore your ass and that's it. And that's how we got through like a certain time period in our relationship with communication. And then sometimes, you know, you just got to know how to pick your battles and you're just like, okay.
For sure. And there's sometimes, like even my parents, for example, you know, they've been married for like 40 something years. So imagínate, they're like about to, you know,
stab each other.
But sometimes my mom is like, hi, but he's always like telling me this. I'm like, then just say, okay, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, like how hard is that? But imagínate doing that 24/7 for like years. And like sometimes you're just like, shut the fuck up.
No, you know what's a good one too? Like you stay quiet, right? And then like if you just don't want to keep going on through that or whatever, you stay quiet. And then they'll be like, are you even listening? And so I would say, yes. I'm just letting you talk. I don't want to interrupt you. And I was waiting till you finished. And then that's it. Like that's another little tip that you can use for ignoring people when they're being annoying. But anyway, so, you know, to tie it in, kind of. You can be two totally different people, being all happy, joy in your love fest. And you can maintain your own interest. You just have to.
You should. It's a must.
Yes.
You must maintain your own interest.
Okay, I never understood, and I was never like this, and I'm not like this, unless your ass wants to be in a bar all the time with your friends. And I'm like, you know what? No. Goodbye.
Yeah.
You need to be somewhere else and not in this relationship. Right? Because anybody that feels that they need to be with their friends more than they need to be in a relationship, you don't want to be in a relationship.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
But what I never understood was these women and men that have you in seclusion. Like, you're not allowed to go out with your friends. You can't go, have a drink. You can't go to a bar. You can't go to a play. You can't go shopping. You can't go this. You can't go that. Why?
Well, that's a little bit more, number one, I don't understand why people would tell the other person you can do this or that. But I also don't understand the other person who allows it.
Yeah, but it happens a lot.
And that's a little bit more. That's like more like abuse in a way.
But I think that's a huge insecurity issue too.
God, for sure. Because you want to like, no, that way I'll keep him happy, or I'll keep her, or whatever. Like, no. To me, that's such a turn off.
Yeah. So I know someone, like older already and whatever, and she has her significant other, and, but she won't do a certain thing or go somewhere because she's afraid that if she does it, then that's going to give him carte blanche to do it. And then she's thinking that he's going to be cheating on her and doing God knows what. Let me tell you something. You don't need to let your significant other go to a bar or to a club or to a bachelorette party or a bachelor party or any of those things.
Or strip club.
Yes, for this person to cheat on you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It could happen on a Tuesday afternoon at 3:00. It could be in his car.
I know
could
people
be anywhere. Motel.
that have gone to a Subway and hooked up with some chick. Okay?
Shout out to Subway.
Shout out to Subway. So that was for lunch. And that person they didn't know each other, but they met at a Subway.
Shit.
Okay?
Savage.
Cheat.
Goals.
Yeah, you can go to a supermarket. You could go to the freaking gas station. You could go anywhere.
Anywhere there's a bathroom, it works.
Yeah.
Car, it works. You can park,
Yeah,
wherever.
but the thing is that what I'm trying to say is that you can meet anybody in any environment scenario.
If you want to make it happen, you make it happen.
And if you are attracted to this person and they hit on you and you interact and you
be that thing.
Feed that thing, it's going to happen.
I got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
More or less. I got 5 minutes.
You're never going to know. You're never going to know.
Absolutely. You're never going to know. For sure.
And so it's crazy to me that
it's
people
crazy
do
to live
that.
like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy to like, no, él no puede salir con los amigos porque entonces eso, o yo no puedo salir porque, tú sabes, eso quiere decir que va a salir y me va a pegar los cuernos. Like, girl.
Or how about the ones that say no because the friend is a bad influence and you can't go out with that person?
I know. And this and that. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Like, whatever.
Seriously? The guy's not like putting a gun to his head to go and like...
If anything happens, call 911.
Yeah. Auxilio.
Definitely don't call me. Call 911. Because I'm not going to come rescue your ass.
So yeah. So just like maintain your interests that are important to you. You want to go and hang out with your friends. It's healthy to do that every once in a while. Don't do it like every single day and every weekend you have to be at the bars and the clubs. Because I don't agree with that either. I think you should be supportive and encourage your partner to maintain their interests that have always been meaningful to them.
Yes.
It creates a healthy environment in your own relationship. You have your individuality, but you come back to each other. And then you share each other's experiences. Oh, look, I went to the gym today. I did this.
Exactly.
Or went to, no sé qué, the shooting range.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I brought back my little poster that's like full of bullet holes. Look, I don't know. Or he's a hunter or, whatever.
Yeah, it gives you something to come back to and like talk about and, y también, it just gives you time to like, dare I say, miss the other person. Because if you spend too much time together también, eso ya como que, oh yeah, me cansa.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when you're with the right person, no te va a cansar.
No, but it gets very routine.
Yes, yeah.
You know, you wanna have your own interests. You wanna have your own time apart, and I think it's very necessary.
I think so too.
You know, you need your you time.
For
Everybody does.
For sure.
Not just women.
100% agree.
You know, so
Do
anyway.
you think that happens more in like young people when they become, especially like a first relationship, right?
Yeah, because you don't know anything.
Yeah. And you think that that's,
You're like, oh my God, this is like how many, taking back, how many young relationships do you see where they're freaking sitting next to each other? They look like they're plastered one on top of the other. And it's like, quítate de al lado. Oh my God. Like, I can't even like move. If I move 1 inch to the left, he's moving 1 inch to the left.
Que pegajoso. You know? Like, no.
Yeah, like una pulga. What the hell? Echa para allá. Yeah, I don't know. I was guilty of that too when I was younger, but that's because you don't know any better.
Yeah, and I mean, you like that person. You definitely want to spend time with the person. What are you doing? ¿Y qué estás haciendo? You hang up. No, you hang up.
Oh my God, stab me. I can't. Now I don't even Now somebody's telling me, oh, listen, I think I gotta go. And I'm like, okay, bye. Click. And I hang up. No, I've been told by guys, they're like, oh my God, like you don't even say goodbye. You just hang up on me. And I was like, dude, you're telling me you gotta go. I was like, all right, click. Corta rápido.
Ay, Dios mío.
And I laugh because I do that. I'm like, all right, I gotta go, bye. And I don't even say bye sometimes. I was like, I gotta go, click. And I hang up.
My grandmother was like that. Okay, okay, bye. No, she wouldn't even say bye. She would do you. She would do the same thing. So what are ways that you think that people could, let's say if they have been in seclusion, how can they come out of seclusion?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to take time for yourself. Mm-hmm. When you're going through this new revelation, right? Or new exploration of like, what the hell happened here? Where am I?
Yeah.
You should take time to really sit down, reflect, be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't have to tell anybody anything, but you have to be honest with you. Correct. And ask yourself, is this what I really want? Am I happy? And then take it from there. Make a list of things that make you happy.
Yeah.
And things that you really want to do that you've put aside while you've been in this relationship. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to leave this relationship or end your relationship.
And there's no need to. Yeah. There's no need to.
Sometimes you do, because it just depends on the level that you're at that point in time when you have this revelation of like, what the hell happened to me? Mm-hmm. Sometimes the relationship is totally dysfunctional and you can't.
Correct.
And you can't anymore. Yeah. And then, that's very difficult to accept as well. But if you want to stay in your relationship, by all means stay, but analyze why you are basically...
Why are you staying?
Yeah, why are you staying, and why have you changed you so much to please this person? Because it has to be reciprocal. It can't just be one way.
People have given up careers, complete projects. I mean, everything, their passion, like everything. Mm-hmm. Because this person didn't, qué sé yo, a lot, especially like maybe like back in the 50s or 60s, like, I don't know, especially if you were a woman. Yeah, and it was like, no, I have to because I'm a mom or
but that happens now too. Like you have a lot of stay-at-home moms that they don't have an identity. Yeah. They feel like all they do is clean and cook and take care of kids and that's it. Yeah. They don't have adult time. They don't speak to adults. They're speaking to little kids all the time.
And honestly, that kid is eventually going to go out and fly on his own and you're going to be left with nothing. Like,
Yeah. So I'm a huge advocate of meditation. So I think that if I am, can't be. And then I think, you should try little by little to adapt some of that in your routine so that you can get back to yourself. And you know what? When you're going through all these things and you're feeling these things, if you want, journal them, write them down, and trust what you're feeling. Trust the thoughts that are coming into your mind. Even if you think it's crazy, even if you think, oh, this doesn't make sense to me. Trust yourself, write it down, go back to it. I think what a lot of people do as they get older in general is they stop doing what they really love to do. And by that, I'm not saying your job. I'm just saying your everyday little things that you used to love doing before. Maybe you used to love riding your bicycle.
Yeah.
Many moons ago. And you stopped doing that.
Maybe you like to just write in a journal.
Yeah. Get back on your bike.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Go, I used to roller skate a lot. I don't do that anymore. Maybe I should get on my roller skates and start zooming around.
Is your daughter consuming your relationship?
No, my daughter does take up a lot of my time. And it's unfortunate because we're always on that rat race, high-speed little treadmill. Yeah. And so little by little, you got to do things, get back to what you like to do. Do things that are free. Like I said, get on your bike, get on roller skates. I don't know. They have movie nights in, some of these neighborhoods that it's free. You go and you sit outside on a lawn and you go watch a movie.
There's so many free things, but it's about getting back to you and what it is that you enjoyed and doing for you. What was it that fed your soul? What was it that you're like, oh my God, I could do this for hours, whether it's reading or writing in a journal or painting or
I don't know.
Whatever.
And as
hanging out with your friends, because that's another thing. Like some people just give up friendships entirely, you know?
When you turn around and you look, you're like crickets. Crickets.
Yeah.
You have no friends.
Yeah.
Your family is there because,
Yeah, your family's there because whatever. They're your family. They're always going to be there.
Right. So if you continue to like alienate everybody, while you're with someone, then you turn around and you have no one. Basically, in other words, just, go with the flow, be you. Don't try to fix everything all at once. It becomes very overwhelming. Yeah. You shut down. You don't want to do it. If you take something step by step and you have your realization about, okay, now what do I do? Just take it day by day. Take one thing that you like to do and do it. And don't put so much pressure on yourself. But again, don't give up who you are, what you like, and who you are as a person just to please somebody else. Yeah. That's really not what the relationship should be about anyway. And it's vice versa. It's not only for women, it's for men too. Yeah. And, get back to you. Be happy. Be happy with you, all your imperfections. It's like, John Legend, he says, everything imperfect is perfect about you in one of his songs, basically, is what he says. And it's true at the end of the day.
And that's what it attracted him to, right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes opposites attract. And as long as you, again, grow together versus grow apart, it works. So in closing, people, get back to you, focus on you, sometimes, little by little, you'll, parts of yourself will.
Remember, it's a happy New Year.
It's a happy New Year. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Hasta la bye-bye.
Ciao.
Hi, everyone. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio Public, and iHeartRadio.